tape job. You want more flexion going on there. And I think this is one that I said that it's the same as the Diamond X wrap, which I'll show you in just a second, but it's all the X's up the back. So again, it starts out with the long lever principle, dog ear on the bottom, lock it in place, a second strip around, and then you're going to come up. I would clean shave and spray this. I would spray this so that it doesn't slip down. This is one of those cheap wraps that doesn't like to stick. So from there, so you see how you locked it with the second loop around, and then back down. There's your hyperextension check rate. That's one, and now you just fill it up. You're going to do at least 2 full. See how I'm closing in the gaps and making my levers shorter? There's 2 full ones. I probably have enough room to get at least half of the third one, and then lock it off. Okay?
So these triangles
So
here fine?
everything, actually that should be closed. I didn't spread quite enough. I've got little triangles back here, so the big key is try to close it up. You don't have to worry about being on the medial lateral collateral ligaments. You're worried about a hyperextension. The interesting thing about this wrap is if somebody's hyperextended and they're just walking across campus, and because of the altered proprioception, it feels so funny to them that they always lock back. And by just putting this wrap on, for whatever reason, whether it's truly proprioceptive or just an awareness, they will not hyperextend. Maybe there's just enough tension in the wrap to keep it from doing that. Is this going to be functional for them to go and play in? Probably not. But if I had a light day, if this was a football player and we had a light day, just helmets, t-shirts, and we were going just through light drills, no full, anything, this might be something I would use. If you're in a limited budget situation, you could take and put that on, and then throw a couple anchors on top and a couple anchors on bottom, and then throw about 3 X's up the back with the tape and then re-anchor it. So it's cheaper than using your elastic tape doing a hyperextension tape. It uses your white tape and a 4-inch wrap, which then is reusable. So there's lots of ways you can modify this. It's one of those crazy techniques, though, that really, for whatever reason, athletes feel like it makes a significant difference. Especially with just like a grade 1 hyperextension, that's where I find it probably the most beneficial. Okay? The Diamond X knee wrap, I think, go ahead, back up there again. This one is the same as your Diamond X knee tape. The only difference is, well, I mean, obviously it's a wrap versus a tape. This is one where you want to give a little bit of support. This is a great one for walking around. This is one that I would probably put on a soccer player with a real minor injury that I wanted some support in a light workout while they were doing drills, but probably not going through full contact. That's probably where this would really be a good technique to use. What someone's going to say about it. Again, heel and lace pads, I'll clean, shave, and spray. And then start again like you would any other, and just make sure you drop it like that. That's extra 5 points if you do.
Bonus?
Extra credit. Bonus.
Okay.
Unless you do it during a test, and then it's minus 55, and there's only 54 on the test. Again, bring it around, dog ear it down. And the difference between this and the hyperextension wrap is that you're doing a Diamond X. So again, it comes up to the knee, and look at the difference there. I got right on that medial border where I wasn't worried about that before. On the hyperextension, I come around, I lock it in place, I come down, look at there's that lateral border, I come around, looks like I'm on a pretty good angle for that medial border, inferior lateral border there, excuse me. I don't know my difference between medials and laterals yet. And there. It's kind of a feeble looking diamond, but you get the principle. And then we can just go right into a figure of 8. Boom, boom. Well, we got a little more, so let's just finish it out. Does that make sense? So again, if you notice the difference between this and the hyperextension, we're at just a few degrees of knee flexion. We formed a diamond. We've covered our gaps so that our X's are along the medial and lateral aspect. Okay? and then secure it in place with tape. So that's the Diamond X knee wrap versus the Diamond X knee tape, which we did. The hyperextension knee wrap. The hyperextension knee tape is the same as the Diamond X. It's just 1X and it's posteriorly located with an increased degree of knee flexion. Okay? Grow in, internally rotate, hip flexor, externally rotate. Right? Everybody comfortable with that? Actually, we're kind of moving. You go ahead and step down